My name is Mike Manley. Almost 20 years of that, though, a little over 20 years. I sold about, not mistaken, somewhere about 7,000 cars out there.
On a good month
No, on a
or
good
quarter
career.
career.
Yeah. On a good month, 15, 20 cars though a month though. I joined the National Guard though. I deployed 4 times, and every time it was like every time I come back from deployment, I go and sell cars again though. Until it's time to deploy again, then I got to put the hat down from the selling cars and okay, let's go fight for our country. Different mentality. That cute mentality. It's like people are not they're not equipped with a switch though. That we were never issued a killer switch. Okay, be nice to everybody switch. So it really carries. There's this identity crisis between the two though. And I'm just like Jekyll and Hyde though, right? Okay. Sometimes when I get back from a deployment, I'm a little bit on the aggressive side, and I catch myself. Don't mean would a normal person really get upset at things like this? And it's like, yeah, I had to control my temper, though, tone it down. These guys don't understand the military, don't understand combat. I noticed that the longer I stayed in there, I had more repeat customers. Though everybody's first choice to go get a car, AK. AK's got some deep roots though. They're the first dealership in Guam period. And they opened up in 1914. Their business license too is the first company registered in Guam business 0001. They started Copra in 1914, and in 17 they started bringing in General Motors already. Their roots are deep, man. Can you imagine? Everybody for the first 50 years or so is going to be a Toyota, and then it wasn't until the 70s other dealerships started sprouting out. In the late 70s, they acquired Toyota from Ricky's Toyota, Bernalio, though. So that thing skyrocketed the business, though. The accumulation of acquirement of Toyota. Somewhere from the 60s, though, to when he closed in the 70s. And I don't know exactly because that's before but even my grandma was always talking about, yeah, they got the Toyota, the church. It's a deep, it's a big company, man. British corporation that's been around for 200 years or so. So shoot, that's old money. I can scroll the name here in Guam, but it's the parent company is called Inchcape. The former governor, man, I tell you, that guy. I was just a kid though, and he hit the Toyota market generationally deep, man. It's like every weekend he was just donating a car to all the churches in Ireland. His marketing was genius, and that's a Inchcape is the name of the company. That's the name of Atkins Scroll, the parent company. So this is a company that's like they're one of the biggest distributors of vehicles in the world. Though. The all the hype about AK, that's just one dot right there on the map they got though. You know, uh, but they've they've got majority of their reaches through foreign companies, not much in the U.S. Man. The British are they're looking out for profit. I believe they came through Guam. The British corporate started. They invested in Guam because there was a major port though on the way to Southeast Asia. So everybody's crouched around the car though, whether you're Saint Francis, Saint Anthony, whatever, and they're all looking at that one because this is the one that they're raffling out for the church. Somebody gonna win this thing. Now, even though not everybody's gonna win that car, but already in their mind though, they're like, we didn't win it, but I got to get that. Yeah, all the churches, so that's where the main gathering though for Chamorro. So that is find any place though at the church, Sunday church. Chamorro's really they appreciate their off-roading. I guess it brings them back to a time when they were farming though. They were going to the ranch and like that, and now it's less and less ranch. Right? So any excuse we can get in the dirt, man. Like it's ingrained in the genetics. Yeah, if you go to like a off-road car show event before the war, though, that they operated for decades, 1914 to 40. Uh, that's where they were here to Guam mostly for copra, but then they realized there's a market. Copra is the coconut product, the white the white meat right there in the coconut, and they've take that out and make all kinds of whatever products or coconut candy to oil, whatever, baking, But that was their main product, and it wasn't long after they started selling cars. Man, that's amazing. 1917, man. That's geez, 3 years later, they were just like, yeah, let's go invest big down here. The used car market. There's a lot of scams going on, and people will sell their vehicle even they know it's about to blow up the motor, and it's not gonna be their problem, though, right? So having the knowledge to understand, realize which is a good car, though, and which one's about to go out, though, tomorrow. If you have a little basic mechanical background, you can tell which car's got a lot of life, and even I think they'll run forever, man. Just keep changing the oil. But yeah, we've brought in some too that are, man, they shouldn't be selling that, man. You know, a lot of repairs have needed to be done to. That's not our fault, though. We live in a materialistic society, man. Right? It's that's just the way it is, man. That you want to be practical. Let's get the cheapest car we can get, though. Right? Most affordable, fuel efficient, though. But like a Yaris should be the best selling car in Guam, though. But nobody wants to drive that, man. And you got the few people that they come in there. Yeah, I just want a Yaris, man. Shoot. You try and justify everything. Yeah, but I want safety, man. The technology in vehicles nowadays, I mean, they're pretty solid, though. Airbags, front, side, back. Curtain, though. Shoot, knee. It's just about the feeling, though. And then it's freedom. It's identify from staying at home and all, though. And now you got freedom to go pretty much anywhere. But there's a lot of extra costs that are involved, man. People don't realize, man. That's when you have a nice vehicle, though, it also elevates, like I said, people's status, though. Like before, I remember we were getting a lot of people that they don't really qualify by themselves, though. But sometimes we put 2, 3 co-signers in there. I've seen that they actually own, but they're not in. They're not on the loan, though. But they've all got their down payment, though, and they have this agreement that they're gonna share the vehicle, which sounds easier said than done, man. He's always gonna gravitate to who has more ownership, though. But I get it, and I always tell like the young couple that comes in, though, just get you in an affordable car like the Yaris or something like that, and you pay this thing off, though. When you're more established at work, and you can come back, you got established credit, get whatever you want, though, but you got to start somewhere. You're looking at a couple $100 a month just on gas alone, too, if you're not strolling. A lot of people in the business, though, they end up fundsing the salespeople. Uh, they look at an application and they know there's no way this guy's gonna get approved. Though, how can we? If we don't get him approved, though, we don't sell him a car. We don't make no money. So the salespeople, they're used to giving the guy more, writing an application, falsifying the documents, though, adding more income to meet the budget, though, the minimum the bank will look at. They say, oh, this guy meets 30%, though, like that, though, his gross income, to debt ratio, though. Still,
a little pledge.
Yeah, a little high, though, but yeah, they'll falsify everything, check stop verification to oh man, it's a lot of monkey businessmen in the business.
Is that okay to put onto this?
What are you gonna do? Fire me, man? Yeah. I said it. I'm not mentioning names, but
I
it's
feel
more than you think. Vehicle financing was 36 months, and then it went up to 60 months, 72, 84, 96 months for life.
just keep going.
Yeah, because the price of the vehicle kept going up. So The banks though got smart though, and well, we could tie these guys a little longer. You know, it's a big difference between a 5 year payment or people that's kind of long, right? But 50 grand, 5 years, man. The average guy in Guam, though, the most expensive thing he'll ever buy is car. And the vehicle has a lot of, people they identify themselves with their vehicle. Though it's deep, man. Deep connection with considering that, like, what they're going to be using the car for, though, and what's their lifestyle, though. And even though it's like I know a particular vehicle will fit someone better, but if they don't have the budget, though, I gotta find a way to be the firm, nice guy that says, "Man, you can't afford this, but you can get this, though." But I know you really want the Tundra, but
Is that her?
yeah, I try and give them the hope, though, that here's a guy, though, like, it always happens, man. Minimum wage, first thing they want, Tundra, no job. 2 weeks on the job, I said, "Man, I gotta get you back to reality, man." Even me, I want a Porsche 911 or Ferrari. I cannot afford the darn thing, man. I know, I see that though. Uh, Even if it driving a nice big car, though, it's got a lot of status behind it, man. Uh, Turns a lot of heads. People like that attention, though. People they tell me that all the time, though. They didn't really know me. Then I got my brand new Tundra, and I didn't realize I got so much friends. Not to say that everybody's materialistic, but you're gonna find a good majority where it takes money to live, though. Right? You wake up in the morning, man. Just in society today, man. The power is ridiculous and all, though. But before you wake up, you're spending money on the power of water, whether your main job, whatever kind of pays the bills, though. But anything extra, you gotta make extra, though. So I always had a side hustle, though. I'm in the guard, though. We're selling Medeluca or something. They're promoting that, though, selling cars, though, and used cars on the side. Though. You gotta be careful with like the used cars on the side because the dealerships, you're working for a dealership, always gonna feel that this guy's stealing my trade. Which is what happens a lot too, though. Right? Guy comes in to trade in his vehicle, though, and the salesperson, though, man or woman, will, what do you call that? Convince them to let's sell it for you outside for more. They're only giving you 2,000, and I can get you 5,000. All right. So it sounds pretty enticing. They go for that, though. And what they do is they take the trade, though, sell it for 7,000, give the customer like four back. It's still double what they were getting, though. Yeah, the Chamorros are getting kicked out of, pushed aside from a lot of employment, though. There's like discrimination right there now. I wish we were an independent nation, right? Nobody's got the reins on us, though. Right, telling you what to do, where you can, taking your land and all. No, they don't want to pay. They don't pay anything, though. Jeez, that's a whole different kind of worms, though. Right? But the reality of it right now, though, is U.S. territory. What was a territory before Saipan? There was a U.S. territory. They went for Commonwealth, which just gives them a little bit more autonomy, though, than from the U.S., though, and they were able to. With leasing, you can't purchase the property, so the land always stays within the Saipanese, though. You got to give them credit for that, man. That was pretty smart, man. They learned first from us, and then so,
Like,
whoa, these guys got cheated, dude. This is what we should do.
throughout.
We can go on forever about colonization.
You can go on for it.
But in Guam, where our public transportation, you're gonna get fired. First day, you're never gonna come there. Like it's time to time out. You're fired before you started. All right, that's reality right there. Our public transportation is ridiculous. It's more like a hobby transportation. Yeah, we'll come when we get there. When we feel like it, we'll be there. Thinking about a couple of minutes. I mean, shoot, it might be the whole day. That darn thing don't even come down. In the states, so that average state you go to, you can get by, never buy a car in your life, man. Right? You can catch a bus, though, train somewhere, though, and walk a block to work at the most, though. You ever take, though, there's always a station and all, though, and right, bus, train station somewhere. Yeah, things are gonna change though. They've got all the equipment right there to operate it right now, and tourism is not where it used to be. So there's a lot of underutilized buses out there though. Uh, Tourism at best is up 50% though, which what happened to the other half. I know the whole trend is privatize the thing though. We can line our pockets kind of thing. No, there's sensibility there, There's envelope, that comes with it, and you cannot really control. Yeah, ideally, I'd like to see this government of Guam transportation, but most likely, they're probably looking for if somebody came up with a good proposal in the private company that offered enough envelopes out there. I'm pretty sure they'll find they can do it. There's something they can do like today. Electric bike too. It's a good alternative though. If you look at the environment though. Most people they live and work though. Within 7 miles though. So I mean, electric bike can easily do that though if you're willing to. Pretty much a lot of places do. $500. Shoot. There's some more options today. Those before, we're riding 7 miles or the pedal. It's a good workout, man. Not too many people can do that, but the electric bikes now you can just pretty much turn. You don't have to pedal the thing. It'll get you there, man. Just hang in there. Good 20 miles an hour, which is the average traffic actually running though when you're going bumper to bumper. Especially right now, Guam's got a bigger budget than they've ever had. And if there's any time for them to invest in a more reliable public transportation, will be now, though. Until our leaders decide to do anything and come up with some good proposals, though, and implement this reliable transportation, it's people are gonna have to resort to buying a car. People to save. That's the hardest thing right there. Put money aside, though. Save. I would always recommend buying a used car though first, though. But more people will use transportation I believe if it's available, right? Because if you gotta go to work, you want to go to work and you don't have a car, though, you got no choice, so right, you're gonna get in that bus. You're gonna catch that bus, though. But it's been a good life, though. It's been a good, no, been a good career, though. I appreciate everybody that purchased a vehicle from me in the past, though, and it was well invested. Supported my family and the boats. You gotta add that one in there. I had to go fishing right there to keep my sanity in this business, though. Okay, well, I gotta go, man. But thanks.
Thanks, Father.
Thanks, Tori. Love you, man.
Love
Take
you,
this.
mate.